your local traffic report, only on News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
It's 5:11 right now. It's time for Total Travel, and we want to give you a live look and show you the traffic out there right now on I-74. The camera's a little fuzzy this morning, but the traffic is clearly moving along just fine in both directions. No problems here to report so far in the Quad City area this morning.
Now, meteorologist Eric Sorensen and Storm Track 8 weather, sponsored by Electric Doctor.
So yeah, it's important to really look at these travel. I mean, we check them every morning, every 15 minutes, but this morning we were kind of wondering about some snow falling, maybe some slippery conditions. So far, so good out there this morning.
Yeah, we really haven't had much precip. We are in the middle, though, of our big temperature drop. 65 degrees yesterday afternoon, and tonight will be down to 15. So this is pretty significant, guys. There's no happy medium. We go from one extreme to the other. Yeah, I know. What are we going to do about it? Well, in the middle, we've got a winter weather advisory we need to take care of. That is off here to the north, Jackson up to Joe Davies and down to Whiteside County for some slick travel this morning. So wintry travel to the north of the Metro Quad Cities. Here you'll be fine. There are some patches of ice, so be careful out there this morning. Our temperatures have fallen below freezing. Did get a little rain and a little mix work through the Quad Cities, about 2-3 o'clock this morning. That has moved out. Still some snow to the west, so we will get some flakes and flurries in here as we look to about 7, 8, 9 o'clock this morning, but this really is not going to amount to much. Here's a look at the satellite, the radar together. You can see a little batch of moisture. This is yet to move through, so we will still get something out of it. May dust the ground in some spots, but we really escaped the accumulation. To tell you the truth is the models really did not perform well. So we really didn't have good data thrown at us to forecast this, and that's why each consecutive model run trended downward in snowfall, because look where it ended up. Central southern Wisconsin, these areas, the forecast was for them to be dry, and so they're getting all of the snow that we had forecast here north of the Quad Cities. So it just didn't happen, and it will not happen from this point forward. All right, so that begs the question, what's going to happen with the next clipper that works in for Wednesday night and into Thursday? Because this one, our future track models are giving us quite a bit of snow again. If that comes to fruition, we'd have a couple of inches down as we look into early Thursday morning. So let's do a comparison between what we had this morning, 1,008 millibar low pressure. So when you're above 1,000, it's very weak, all right? So if we had a 992 or a 994 or 996, we would have a pretty strong low pressure. So that's why the snow is here. So now let's compare this setup to Wednesday night, Thursday. Again, same style low pressure. So this one coming down from the northwest probably greets us with the same thing. Now, some spots in Wisconsin are waking up to some snow. We could have some snow accumulation here. Still just a little too early to get specific on the numbers. Our live picture right now at 5:15, temperature 28 degrees, northeasterly breeze at 14 miles per hour. So it's not terribly bad when you look at the winter as a whole, but certainly temperatures, we don't like to see that after yesterday. 23 now, Galena, 31, a trio, Burlington, Galesburg to Aledo now. High temperatures for today going into the mid-30s. But again, I started off this weather segment talking about the 50-degree drop. That comes overnight tonight, right there, 15, maybe even some single digits in our northern hometowns. So get ready for a little bout of winter and some wintry mix possible this morning. 34 the high temperature, so windy and cold, and tonight down to 15. The wind will die off, turn it much colder. That leads us into a cold day tomorrow. Sunshine and 36, some snow coming as we look into tomorrow night. Thursday, perhaps a couple of inches out of that. Friday and into Saturday, there may be a couple of light rain showers, but it'll be close to freezing, so we'll watch that. And then warm, humid, and maybe even stormy as we look into next week.
Now, your daily look at farm news and commodity prices. Good Morning Quad Cities Ag in the AM is brought to you by IowaKubotaDealers.com.
Taking a look at corn futures right now, March, May, and July contracts are all up a penny. July contracts trading at $3.63. Switching over to soybeans now, up 4 pennies for March and May and 3 for July. July contracts are trading at $8.71. Well, also on Ag in the AM, the U.S. Senate is meeting this morning to consider the biotechnology labeling solutions markup. Farm groups are lining up behind this legislation. They think will head off a threat of patchwork GMO labeling laws, which they say are different in different states. In July, Vermont will be the first state to impose a mandatory labeling of foods that have GMOs. Farm groups and Senate backers think that legislation will create market chaos and higher food costs. All right, your time right now is 5:17. The changes to Iowa law some state senators want to make for charges made against animal abusers. Plus, why Google says it's taking the fault in accidents involving one of its self-driving cars.